Hi everyone. So today's wig review is actually a little bit different because I was recently contacted by a company called Wiget.co.uk who are based out in the UK to review a wig from their medical wigs line. Wiget.co.uk have a range of affordable wigs, both synthetic and human hair. But they do have this range called Escara, which is for people who have alopecia or are balding and may want more of a comfortable cap at a more affordable price. So I wanted to review this for you today. But just to let you know that whatever I review on my channel are honest reviews, they're unbiased. If I do like this wig, then I will let you know. If I don't like it, I will let you know what the flaws are or perhaps what doesn't work for me and might work for somebody else. So without further ado, I will actually unbox this wig for you on camera. So the wig that Wiget.co.uk sent me is from the Escara line. Now I realize that this is very white, so it's probably glaring, but it is the Escara. It's a lightweight wig with which is fresh and light as air. Those are the claims. It's comfortable, it has an advanced design, and the materials used allow for ultimate airflow on the scalp. So I guess what the benefits of this is that it allows air to circulate on the scalp. And for those of us who have alopecia, who may be going through chemo and have lost their hair, our head is quite sensitive. It's a little bit more sensitive than other forms of hair loss. My scalp, for example, is constantly itchy and I do sweat. I have head sweats. We'll see if this wig actually does what it's supposed to do. So I have it in the style called Athena, and I'll put it up on the screen because this is glaring a little bit too much. And the shade that Wiget.co.uk actually sent it to me is in toast brown, and that is 2/8F. So I'm just opening this up. Okay, it comes in a net. Ooh. Okay, so this is actually a lot of wig, and you guys haven't really seen me with too many brown wigs, but this is almost the shade of my bio hair. So it comes really nicely packaged. It has the stuffing inside, the net on the outside, and it has the stock card. This is part of the Bobbi Boss range. So this is actually a part of the Bobbi Boss company called Escara, and it is that line of medical wigs. Everything you need to know is essentially on one of these stock cards. It says it's got a pre-trimmed lace front, it's ready to wear. It has a 4-inch lace deep part. It is hand tied in the part and in the lace front, and it is a Cool Max cap. So again, I'll try and take a photo of this. So on the back of the stock card, we have all the shades this wig comes in. So as I mentioned, I have toast brown. So I'm very excited to try this on. It comes with really nice padding, and extra protection for the lace. And I will show you the features of this wig first before I actually jump into the try on portion. As I mentioned, this one is the style Athena. It is a long bob, so it's probably a little bit longer than shoulder length bob. It has a left part, as you can see here. It has a lace front. It does have a high temple to temple lace front, so it's not an ear to ear, but that's okay. It's quite narrow or shallow, so we'll see how that looks and if it needs any plucking to look realistic. It has kind of a curved part. It's not very wide, but it is 4 inches deep. So let's talk a little bit about the cap construction, and I'm seeing this for the first time as well. On the top we have a closed cap, so a basic cap. We have wefting on the back. There is a comb in the back. If you do have bio hair, you can comb this into your bio hair. It has an extended nape. Now, there are no metal stays in the nape, so I guess you're just going to have to rely on the pull strap adjusters to keep that in place. Yeah, it's a pretty decent cap. I find that the material is very similar to my Noriko, so that's positive because that was a really nice, comfortable cap. And actually, I just wanted to show you that underneath the tags, there is this kind of mesh weft, and I think that might help with some of the moisture wicking on the nape, because that is one of the areas that I actually do sweat when I wear wigs. So the hair density I think is pretty much average hair density. It might even be on the thicker side. So I think if you enjoy more hair on your wig, then you'll probably like this one too, because I feel like it is quite thick. So let's have a look at that lace part together. And this is going to be a bit hard to see, but yeah, okay, it's not too bad. It could probably do with some powder or some plucking. Again, there's not much room to move the part around because it is quite narrow. So you're kind of committed to this part, but there is a very, very minuscule lace front, as I mentioned, just here. So this might require a little bit of plucking in the front too. So the last thing I wanted to talk about before I actually try this on for the first time is the shade. So this is a 28F. So it is toast brown. The 2 you can see is the base shade. The 8 are some very, very subtle highlights going through. I think this actually is a beautiful blend for a brunette, and I wanted to try a brunette only because I have so many blondes. But yeah, this is a very subtle highlight and a very well blended highlight too. So if you are looking for something that's not black and that might have a little bit warmer highlighting in it, then give 28F or toast brown a bit of a try. Okay, so I'm going to put this on camera and we'll see what she looks like. So I'm not moving the adjusters, I'm going to keep them as they are, and hopefully this fits. Oh wow, 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 wow. Yes, this is very brown. Okay. So I might have to fix this off camera at some point, but I just want to show you the length. Okay, so I'll put all the specs on screen of the length of this wig. So something I forgot to mention is the ear tabs. So the ear tabs have metal stays in them, and I find that they are very, very good ear tabs. They are completely full coverage. They come a little bit further in, which is kind of where my normal sideburns would have been if I had any. And the metal stays are pretty firm and they're not going anywhere. So I can see how this would actually suit someone without hair. So for that complete coverage, you've got a really nice ear tab going on the side. So yeah, that's a massive tick in my book. So let's have a look at this together, because yes, it is the first time I'm viewing this wig too. So it might not go with my makeup today, and I've forgotten how to put makeup on for a brunette wig. So yes, as I mentioned, it is a side part. I could probably part it deeper without moving too far over. So you've got your lace front, and I'll show you what the lace front looks like now that I have it on. So here's the lace front. You can't really see the knots. I'm pretty happy with how the lace looks. I could probably tighten this a little bit with the straps in the back. So the wig cap on this is a pretty generous average. I have around a 20.8 inch head, so almost 21 inches, which is just on the smaller side of average, and I find this has a little bit of wiggle room. So if you are a standard average, or maybe even just a little bit bigger than a standard average, this will fit you. Yes, I'm finding that it's a lot of hair, and I do like it. It's a really nice color. I think it's very natural looking, and I think I really like the length. Let me see if this is actually heat friendly, because I don't recall if it is. Now, I'm not too sure if this is heat friendly. I can't seem to find anything on the card. What I want to do is show you a 360, and I know I'm wearing black today. Let me go change my top and I will be right back so I can show you what this looks like with a brighter top on. Okay, I'm back, and I've actually changed my top because you couldn't see where the hair ended and where my top began. So as I was putting on my top, a few fibers did come loose, but that's that's to be expected with a new wig. Until you wash it, you might have a few little flyaway fibers. I can absolutely confirm that this is a medium wig cap, so it is a little bit roomy on me, as I mentioned, but just confirming that after wearing it for 5 minutes. And I do like the length. The length is actually really, really nice. I'll put the length and the dimensions up on the screen. I might have to get a tape measure and measure it because I don't recall seeing the dimensions. So let me do a 360 for you guys so you can see it from all angles. And I'll tell you my initial thoughts without wearing it for more than half an hour. So I actually find that the wig has some really nice body. The fibers are actually quite nice to touch. There is a lot of hair, so if you're looking for something a little bit more lighter density, then you'd probably have to consider thinning this or looking for another wig in the Escara range. So I don't mind the density. I'm not wearing it with a wig cap at the moment because I did want to test the moisture wicking ability and I guess the feature of this wig, which is to keep your head cool. I've not experienced a problem and it is pretty hot today. You can probably see I'm a little bit shiny too. So yeah, I'm not experiencing overheating of my scalp, which I usually do when I'm wearing wigs, especially in this heat. The only thing that I can say right off the bat, which I'll probably need to do when I continue testing this, is heat style the fringe away from my face, because it is actually designed to fall in your face. This is how it's come out of the box, so I'll probably have to steam that. I'll try to move the part slightly because it is a little bit too deep for me. I'll see if there's anything that I can do to curve it in a little bit, and I'll actually try and see if I can do that now because I find it's just a tad too deep. So the only comb I have on hand is this one, and I'll try and do that on camera as well. Yeah, I can probably create a bit of a curved part. So I will probably try and do that and show you what it looks like after I've worn it a few times. It doesn't knot. As I mentioned, the fibers are really, really nice. So they haven't knotted at all and they brush out quite nicely. So I'll try and use my standard products. So I have Aesthetica wet spray or the wet mist, which I'll try and use. And if that doesn't work, then I'll try the African Essence detangling spray. So right off the bat, I'm pretty pleased with this. And I honestly think it's a comfortable wig. The part is probably my only issue for the moment, and the way that this falls into the face. But other than that, I could say that this probably does compete with some of the larger brands in terms of density and the cut and the way that it falls. So yeah, I'm not mad at this, and I quite like it for out of the box. So this actually concludes part 1 of my review for the Wigit.co.uk Athena wig from the Escara line in toast brown. I don't want to focus too much on my initial thoughts because what I want to do is, with this wig that was gifted to me to try on for review, I want to wear it a little bit. I want to come back and provide some thoughts after a few weeks, maybe even a month, just to let you know how it's been wearing and how I find the cap on this and what I've managed to do with the part. So there are a few things that I actually want to play around with on this wig. Out of the box though, I think it's a very pretty wig. It's great to know that there are other wigs out there at an affordable price for people with alopecia specifically. If you don't have alopecia and you have a little bit of bio hair underneath, could you wear it? Absolutely. And I think it's for those of you who have hair loss and have a sensitive scalp. So definitely keep this one in mind. And again, it is only my initial review, and I will be back in a few weeks' time to give you my updated thoughts after a few wears. So if you aren't already following me on Instagram, I'll put my handle down below, which is kim.stam, and you will see, I guess, a bit of a progress on Instagram on how this wig wears, on how Athena wears, and I will post some photos of me moving the part around and whatnot. So go follow me over on Instagram if you aren't already, and I will have more of a week by week update on Athena. So thank you so much for watching today, and if you are new to my channel, hi, my name is Kim and I enjoy wearing wigs. I have alopecia, and yes, as you can tell, I enjoy wearing a lot of makeup, and I would really appreciate if you'll consider subscribing to my channel. And for those who are already subscribed, thank you for coming back and for watching my review. Please don't forget to hit that like button before you leave if you have enjoyed my review today, and I will see you very soon for an update on Athena from wigit.co.uk, but also with another video. Bye!